Hey everyone, I know you're all crazy busy, especially as a CTO, but trust me, you're going to want to stick around for this deep dive. We're talking all about how AI is changing the recruitment game, something I'm sure you're pretty interested in.
Yeah, it's a pretty big deal. AI is really transforming how we find and hire top talent. And as a CPO yourself, you know how crucial that is.
Absolutely. I mean, building a solid tech team is basically the backbone of any successful company these days. So what are we looking at here? Is AI like some magic solution that's going to find me the perfect developer instantly?
Well, it's not magic, but it's pretty close. It's about using data and algorithms to make smarter hiring decisions.
Okay, that sounds promising, but how does it actually work? Could you give me an example?
Sure. Imagine you're trying to fill a senior developer role,
Hmm.
right? You need someone with a very specific skill set, maybe experience with the particular programming language or framework. AI can sift through tons of resumes and profiles to find the candidates who actually have those skills, not just the ones who say they do.
Okay, so it's going beyond just keywords and actually assessing skills.
Hmm.
That could be a huge time saver.
Exactly. And it can go even deeper than that. AI can also analyze things like coding style, problem-solving abilities, even how a candidate collaborates on open source projects. It's about getting a much richer picture of their capabilities.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah.
So AI is kind of like this super-powered recruiter that can uncover hidden gems that we might miss using traditional methods.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. It's about finding those needle and haystack candidates who might not be actively looking, but would be a perfect fit for your team.
That's pretty amazing. But what about those intangible qualities, the things that are hard to quantify? Like leadership potential or cultural fit. Can AI really assess those things?
It's getting better at it. AI can analyze things like communication patterns, collaboration styles, even the way someone interacts on social media to get insights into their personality and how they might fit into a team.
So it's giving us some clues, but it's not replacing human judgment entirely, right?
Exactly. AI can provide valuable insights, but ultimately it's up to human recruiters to interpret those insights and make the final hiring decision. It's about using AI to augment human expertise, not replace it.
That makes sense. So it's a partnership, a collaboration between AI and humans to make the best possible hiring decisions.
Precisely. And the best part is, AI is constantly evolving and getting smarter. What we're seeing today is just the beginning.
That's exciting. So as AI technology advances, we can expect even more sophisticated tools that can further enhance the recruitment process.
Exactly. And as those tools evolve, so too will our understanding of how to use them effectively and ethically.
That's a crucial point. We need to ensure that AI is used responsibly and fairly, especially in something as sensitive as recruitment. But before we get into those ethical considerations, I want to dig a little deeper into some of the specific benefits that AI can bring to CTOs like myself.
Absolutely. Let's talk about how AI can help you build a tech team that's not just strong today, but also ready for the challenges of tomorrow.
I'm all ears. Tell me more about how AI can help me build a future-proof tech team.
Well, one of the biggest challenges you face as a CTO, one of the biggest challenges you face as a CTO is finding people with the right skills to keep up with the crazy pace of technology, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It
Yeah.
feels like there's a new framework or language popping up every other week.
Yeah.
How can AI help me stay ahead of that curve?
AI can actually analyze all those trends for you, like look at research publications, open source projects, even online forums to see what skills are emerging as the hot new thing.
So, like, it can predict what skills will be in demand before they even become mainstream.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like having a crystal ball for the future of tech talent. Think about stuff like quantum computing or bioinformatics. Those are areas that are going to explode in the next few years, and AI can help you get a head start on finding people with those skills.
That's wild. Okay, so let's say AI helps me identify those future tech stars. How do I convince them to join my team? It's not like there's a shortage of tech jobs out there.
Right, competition is fierce. That's where the personalization aspect of AI comes in. It can help you tailor your pitch to each candidate, figure out what makes them tick, what they're looking for in their career, and then you can craft a message that really resonates with them.
So it's about going beyond the standard job posting and creating a more personalized, engaging experience for potential hires.
Exactly. AI can help you stand out from the crowd and make a real connection with the best candidates.
Okay, this is all sounding pretty amazing, but I have to be honest, I still have some reservations. Like, how can I be sure we're using AI ethically?
Hmm.
Especially when it comes to diversity and inclusion, we want to make sure we're building a team that reflects our values.
You're right to be cautious. AI can be a powerful tool, but it's only as good as the data it's trained on. If that data is biased, the AI will be biased too.
So how do we make sure our AI recruitment tools are promoting fairness and equal opportunity?
Well, for starters, you got to diversify your data sets. Make sure the AI is learning from information that represents a broad range of backgrounds and perspectives.
That makes sense. Exposing the AI to diversity from the get-go can help prevent unintended bias.
Yeah, and transparency is super important too. Be upfront with candidates about how you're using AI in the process. Explain what data you're collecting and how you're using it to make decisions.
So open communication is key to building trust with potential hires. But at the end of the day, it's still got to be humans making those final hiring decisions, right?
Right.
We can't just let algorithms run the show.
Absolutely. Human oversight is essential. AI should be a tool to help us make better choices, not make those choices for us.
Right. It's about finding that balance between AI and human judgment. But even with the best intentions, things can still go wrong. How can we stay on top of things and make sure our AI efforts are actually aligning with our values?
That's where constant monitoring comes in. You got to track the data, see how the AI is performing, and be ready to make adjustments if something isn't working right or if you start seeing any signs of bias creeping in.
So it's not a set it and forget it kind of thing. We need to be actively involved in shaping how we're using AI and make sure it's serving our goals and our values.
Exactly. And as a CTO, you're in a great position to really lead the charge on this.
This has been incredibly insightful. It's given me a much better understanding of how AI can help us build an amazing tech team while still being mindful of our responsibility to be ethical and inclusive.
I'm glad to hear it. And remember, the future of recruitment is all about collaboration, AI, and humans working together to create a system that's more efficient, fair, and effective for everyone involved.
That's a vision I can definitely get behind. So how do we actually put this into practice? What does this collaborative future look like in the real world?
Well, there are some exciting things happening right now. There are some really cool things happening with AI-powered platforms that can simulate like real work
Oh,
scenarios.
interesting. Like candidates could actually show us what they can do instead of just talking about it.
Exactly. Imagine putting a candidate in a virtual environment where they have to solve a coding problem or work with a team to debug an issue. You'd get a much better sense of their skills and how they think on their feet.
So it's like a hands-on test drive for developers, right?
Yeah, and you can even customize the scenarios to match the specific challenges your team faces on a daily basis. You could see how they handle pressure, how well they communicate, all that stuff that's hard to gauge in a regular interview.
That's super practical. So not only can AI help us find people with the right skills, but it can also help us evaluate whether those skills actually translate into real-world performance.
Right, and AI can also do a really good job of identifying those high potential candidates, the ones who might not have tons of experience yet, but have a real knack for learning and adapting quickly.
Yeah, those are the people who can really grow with a company and become future leaders.
Exactly. AI can look at things like their learning patterns, how they engage with new technologies, even their contributions to open source projects to spot those diamonds in the rough.
That's amazing. It's like AI is giving us a glimpse into their potential, their future trajectory.
It's pretty powerful stuff, but remember, it's all about using this technology thoughtfully and strategically. The goal is to enhance our decision making, not to replace human judgment altogether.
That's a really important point.
Yeah.
AI should be a tool that empowers us, not dictates our choices.
Right. And as CTOs, we have a responsibility to ensure that AI is being used ethically and fairly, especially when it comes to something as impactful as building a team.
I couldn't agree more. Well, this has been a really eye-opening conversation. I'm definitely feeling more optimistic about the future of recruitment with AI in the mix.
I'm glad to hear that. The key is to approach it with a sense of curiosity, a willingness to learn and adapt. And remember, the future of recruitment is ultimately about collaboration, AI, and humans working together to create a more efficient, equitable, and successful process.
Well said. Thanks for joining us today and sharing your insights. I'm sure our listeners will find this incredibly valuable as they navigate this exciting new world of AI and recruitment.
It was my pleasure.
And that's a wrap for this deep dive. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Until next time.
Skip.